So, y'all, we're going to break in. We have 2 topics that we're going to be talking about today. So 2, mostly because they just released. We're going to cover Assassin's Creed Wrath of the Druids, the new DLC for the season pass with Assassin's Creed. So I had a chance to dive into this. Couple things. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys the story. We're going to break down a story for you. We're going to get real here for a second, and I'm going to explain what happened. Okay, my luck with Assassin's Creed has been the single worst luck in the history of video games. I am surprised I still play this game, y'all. Like, for real. I have put 300. Okay, for anybody that knows the game. Okay, if you know the game, you're going to understand this. It took me 300 hours to finally defeat the instrument. If you know the game, you know what I'm talking about. 300 hours just to get to that point because of how often it reset. Now, that said, I'm going to tell you a little story about last weekend. Last weekend, I sent a text to none other than the wonderful Mr. Doodly-Doo.
Hello.
Text. It was nice and early in the morning, and I said, "Hey, yo, you want to play some video games today?" And nothing, no answer.
Probably
right?
no answer.
So I'm like, okay, not a big deal. I'm gonna start. I have gathered up. I have done every single map except for Sussex, because the moment that you get down there, that's kind of the continuation of the story, and they make it very clear. Yo, you gotta complete the entire map before you go here. So I completed the entire map before I went there, and then I waited because I'm like, you know what? Wrath of the Druids is next week. If I go in here, I'm gonna be playing this for a long time, and I don't want to be in the middle of it when this releases. So I text Doodles, back to the main part of the story here. I text Doodles and I say, "Yo, let's play some video games." Nothing. No answer. Nothing.
You ghosted him?
I'm just waiting, and I'm waiting, and I'm like, you know what? I'm like, you know what? Fine. I have time. It's like 11 o'clock right now. I got all day to play. I'm gonna do this. So I pull it up, and I hit. Okay, I will pledge to Sussex. I'm gonna go save who I need to save. No spoilers here. Again, it's actually pretty far in the game. 30 seconds later. 30 seconds, and I am not exaggerating this. I did not have time to get out of the building that I was standing in. I get a text from Doodles. "Yeah, sure, I'll play video games. You want to play some Rocket League?" And just like that, like, I'm not going to say no to Doodles when I just asked if he wants to play. So now here I am committed to Sussex, and I ain't about to play the game. So yeah. So I had to carry that all the way over. Started playing this weekend. Actually played yesterday. Man, that thing was like 3-4 hours long. So I'm like, it's Saturday. I got to get through this. Man, it is a 4 hour storyline that I finally made it through this morning. And I'm like, all right. I gotta try to get this done. So in long story short, I'm gonna say all of that in one sentence here. I did not get to play this game, the DLC, as much as I would have liked, but I feel like I got a good 3 hours out of I looked it up, it's like a 10-hour storyline, 10 to 12 hours based off how much time you want to spend. So I got a good 3 hours in. So I feel like I got in there, but man, this video game is the worst.
So
it's the worst. How do I anyway, go ahead.
What we're getting from the story is that Doodles didn't actually
prevented me from playing the game last week.
Oh, so it's just saying, I did get back to him, and I asked him if he wanted to play games. He asked me. I don't know why I'm the bad guy.
Did we end up playing Rocket League or Fall Guys last week?
I think we played Rocket League. Yeah, it was Rocket League.
Hey, you're missing out, man. You need to come join us. You need to. Hey, we're playing at weird times.
As you can tell, my house is a mess, and I am tired.
I
barely.
First try point there. Boom.
Yeah, there it is. Wait, I gotta think correctly. So if I turn that way, that means it's stop. Nope, it's.
This is really good for if you're listening to the audio later. This is like a really good audio medium.
All right, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not getting rid of that. That is here to stay.
That is staying.
We will forever have this. All right, y'all. Let me go over the game just a little bit with you. So as always, really with any of the DLCs that they've released so far, Get a new arrival in the village. They come via boat. This one turns out to be a trader from Ireland who happens to know Hytham. Gets you a real quick in with them. They are carrying a letter from a king in Ireland who is asking for you specifically. We have no idea who this king is, but they very much know who you are. It's kind of weird. Okay, y'all. So it's the entire game itself is very tedious. It is a lot of small things for little to no reward. It is very, very tedious. That is the only word that I can use. So the first thing that you have to do before you even get to head over to Ireland is you get to do the tedious task of heading and clearing a barricade, which is still in Britain. Okay, so cool. All right, fine. Once you clear that, you're good to go to Ireland, and you just say, oh, and it's like, why did I need to clear the blockade? Like, why was that in a part that was added? It's a lot of cutscenes as well. So you're doing small menial tasks up until you get to these cutscenes, and then it's a cutscene. So I feel like now that I'm a couple hours into the into this DLC, into Wrath of the Druids, I feel like now I am starting to get a little bit into what we're actually supposed to be doing here. So
you're an Irish assassin now.
Essentially, you're an Irish assassin. So the entire point of this DLC is less about establishing alliances and more about establishing trading posts. So you're meeting with this trader, and they have different trading posts that you have to go clear out. And then once you clear it out, you can build the establishment, and you're trying to move as much of this new stuff as you possibly can. All while dealing with the King of Dublin. I'm not gonna say who it is, by the way. Like, it's not like it's that big of a spoiler.
It's not Boris Johnson, is it?
It's what?
Hey, it sounds to me like you about to start Brexit, bruh.
We're jumping right into Brexit. No, nothing like that. Nothing like that.
It feels like it from the way you broke it down for me.
We're going to be separating. We are
separated.
I just appreciate the play on words. It's like two words that are different, but it's called Brexit, and it's like they're Brexiting. So that's kind of a fun. Yeah. So that was kind of a fun pun moment that we had there. So I'm glad that we had that.
Yeah. Oh, it's wonderful. I love puns. Puns are the best. We can throw more puns in there. Please, by all means, throw in your puns. Everybody, please throw us your puns. If you want us to read your puns aloud, please throw us your puns. Anyway,
puns.
Right, so beyond just dealing with the trading side of things, the king did summon you there essentially for a specific reason, right? So the story is essentially Ireland is run by multiple kings. There's a lot of them. It's not like it's, anything like Britain where it's a couple jarls and one king, or Norway rather, where it's a jarl and a king, whatever else. It's basically just a bunch of kings, and then there is one king that is trying to combine everything under one rule. But the king that you're going to visit, the King of Dublin, fun fact, that is the first city that you get in Ireland, is of course Dublin. Once you get there, he's trying to cement his place as the King of Dublin. So even if everything else kind of ties in together, he is trying to remain just the King of Dublin so he can pass it on to his kids, whatever else. So you're actually trying to find a way to keep him in his throne. So it's a two-sided, almost a coin effect. You're bouncing between the two different challenge sets, trying to build things while also figure out how you can take down the people that are trying to stop everything, really. I don't know. I kind of trailed off there at the end, but essentially you have two different stories that you're fighting with. You get a few different additions, so new things added to the chest. It used to be that you're just getting like leather or fabric or coins. You are now able to get clothing from chests. I haven't fully figured out how it's used, but it looks like it is used in trading in this particular DLC. And we're also getting new armor sets. So we get a new Druidic armor set, we get a Celtic armor set, and a ceremonial sickle.
Hey, that doesn't sound too bad at all.
Okay.
For all the time you had to wait, they finally threw a lot more in that chest for y'all. Finally,
they did. Yes.
Yep.
So it's been a long ride trying to get to this particular point. I'm actually more upset at this point. So I'm gonna gripe about the actual game before I jump back into the DLC. I'm actually more upset right now with the amount of buildup that you get for Suffolk. It's a lot. You literally clear the map before going here, and it's not even the end of the game. Like it's built up as if this is the final map, the final mission, the final siege, and it's not. And I have no idea how much of the story I have left. So complaining about that plays into this. I mean, we have this new DLC. I'm not even completed with the story yet, and I have another 10-hour DLC that I have to try to complete because I can't go back. I just head back to Britain at this point. Like I'm in Ireland. I gotta see this story out. So my biggest thoughts on this particular game, if you haven't caught on, it is long. It is such a long DLC. I should be expecting it. Like, let's be honest here. It's from the beginning. It's how this game is played. But it is so long. It is so tedious. You're doing silly things for silly reasons. And I hope that it all comes together in the end. But as of right now, I am having a bit of a hard time getting into the world. I don't feel like the world looks that much different than Britain. So here's to hoping that the story, which I haven't even got into the druidic side of things yet. I haven't met any of the dark, crazy characters that if they set up as like almost a horror type feel. I haven't gotten there yet. So I am really hoping that over the next little bit, Scott will stop distracting me and I will be able to complete the DLC because it's been all right. It's a lot of cutscenes and it's a lot of tediousness, and that's my official review of the of Assassin's Creed: Wrath of the Druids. Just hoping that's kind of the whole extent there. You guys haven't had a chance to play much of Assassin's Creed yet, have you?
No.
Nope, not yet. I haven't had a chance.
Oh, man, y'all are missing out. It is a fun game. It really is. It's just long, so know that you're gonna put in some dedication. But yeah, anyway, really enjoying it. Just long. It's it is an interesting take as well. I kind of mentioned before. It's two sides of one coin, right? You're trying to do both trading and figure out the whole assassin side of things. So
right. And I mean, I've been really just been playing a lot of Destiny 2. They just dropped a new season recently. And I've been playing Call of Duty as well whenever I can with some of my friends, my childhood friends and stuff like that. So it's not that I didn't want to play Assassin's Creed. It's just that I've been so caught up with that. Oh, we totally forgot to talk about that, didn't we?
We forgot to talk about Destiny 2. We're gonna go back and we're doing more not so breaking news.